What do they call it? The Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, right? It's like you're gonna bug local yokels for $100 gift cards, and Beacon Hill has lost billions of dollars up there, and you're gonna focus on me?
Well, that's the problem. It's always like that. All right, here we go. Wait a minute, hold it.
Okay, okay.
There's nothing on there. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you're up and watching our show. Welcome to the Topics of the Town News. And this is the March 18th, 2026.
19th.
I know, I made a mistake last night at midnight.
Okay, no problem. Oh, well, last night at midnight was 18.
It was. But that's okay. We are going to proceed onto our show. And I'm Mark Zuberek, your host. And I have two famous gentlemen that are coming
about
on
famous.
board to give us their impression of what's going on in the world of Danvers. Danvers is our focus, and that's how we're proceeding. So I have Tony Betancourt with us, and I have Jim Morose and Mark Zuberek, and we have an audience here today. So I'm glad that you came out. I want you to be on this table right here with us. So today's agenda and opinions are solely by the Topics of the Town News, and the host and guests and commentators as we invite. Now, Owen, we need the clip for our special topic, and our special topic, I don't know if we're going to get it, but what I'm going to do is explain it to all of us.
Okay, sounds good to me.
The quote is, "Injustice makes the rules, and courage breaks them." You have to think a little bit deeper than just on the surface, because we have rules that have been set for us, and the thing is, those rules don't make any sense. So we, as residents and activists in our town, need to break them. So I don't know where we're going right now, but that's where the injustice makes the rules and courage breaks them. Owen, we have some music coming on, but that's okay. We can live with it.
And the time is not running either.
That's right. So we have hours.
We have all the time in the world.
Hours and hours. We are going to change the format slightly because I have 40 pages worth of material that I have in front of us. But what I wanted to do is make it into a question and comment session,
Okay.
because we have several special topics that I've selected. The first topics that I've selected was, there was a recent article in regard to the mass traffic camera law could affect how you drive.
Yes.
And the thing is, it is slanted to the school bus drivers and having people go around. Even on the news, national news, there was a guy that drove on the right side of the bus to get around the traffic stop, and he almost hit a kid.
I know.
Which is
crazy.
rightfully so. That is great, but this is being proposed by Mr. Ramos of. He's a Peabody Salem Bus Camera Safety Council moves the law to governor's desk. And the thing is that it's being presented as prevention of accidents with our children on the buses. But that's not what it's all about. What it's all about is control of our traffic and our driving on our own roads that we pay for so dearly. So this is nothing new. This has something that's happened 20 years ago, and we fought that to the end because we have not allowed cameras to be placed on traffic signals and catch the intruders or offenders or whoever you want to call them. But we need to stop this, because if it's for the school buses, fine, put one on the school bus.
Right.
But don't start infringing your laws on my driving.
But they have already. The reason being is if you go at 62 or 128 on Elliott Street, there basically there's cameras already on those lights already, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there are. There's cameras all
But the
over
only thing
the
is,
place.
I think you can't. For a long time ago, now Virginia's already had this for a long time.
Right.
If you went through a traffic light in Virginia, they could send you a ticket. But it's not. It never was, as far as I'm concerned, around here. They never had it.
Yeah,
Well,
you're right. So we have the cameras. It's just that they're not set up.
They're not
to-
everywhere. They're just on the new ones they put up. I think.
Well,
Yeah,
that-
there are some.
In defense of the traffic control, the cameras are installed at large intersections
Yes.
that have problems. And therefore, the traffic monitoring that the news media does on channel 4, 5, and 7.
Okay.
And the thing is, they have helicopters up in the air.
Yes.
They have cameras at the lights. What else do they want?
Well, if you remember before,
Drones.
Drones.
remember before they used to have a helicopter, I think, checking speed, right, on highways and stuff like that. I don't know. I never ran across one, but I heard they did. You know, I mean, they had planes that used to check that stuff like that. But
Well, yeah. And when you drive on the interstate, if you ever look, sometimes there's big white
Stripes.
stripes on the side of the
Yep.
road, and and then you see they're a mile apart, so they can measure how
is that
fast.
what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was just
That's how
wondering,
they
see?
do it.
Yeah. Okay.
And they do it through the helicopters and planes.
Yeah, I mean
they
that's how
can use.
I always heard that, but you know that's basically.
But the
what they
thing is that we have to be made aware of what is happening around us.
You know what's really happening, Mark? Here's what's really happening. What's happening is they're running out of our money, so they're trying to find new ways to get our money. So they want to do now is get you going through a light, speeding any way they can. You know what I mean? If you look funny, they're gonna give you a ticket. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it comes down to.
Well,
They got to find new ways to get money.
that's exactly right. And I think we need to go to our Board of Selectmen because they're the traffic commissioners.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And we need to insist that this does not take place.
Okay. Say, hey, Owen, can you plop up picture 8 of mine? Just kind of goes with the subject. You know, see, we come up with all these laws, and I know topics of the town is topics of the town, but the town is being affected by all these things that are coming down from the state and the feds. And this is
That's
just
right.
another one.
May I ask you a
Right.
question though? If the state adopted
No,
the town
number
not
no
accept-
number 8.
could the town
picture
not accept this,
8.
Mark? Oh no, you don't know for sure.
It should be Daniel Webster in the Constitution versus good.
There you go.
The Constitution was made to guard people like us against the dangers of good intentions. See, that's what we call virtue signaling. That's what's happening. these laws, they sound good, they have great intentions, but they have all sorts of unintended consequences, and they're killing our freedoms and our responsibilities as citizens. So you can take it down. I just want people to really understand that a lot of these laws are just virtue signaling, and they cause more problems than good. And case in point, we had Paul Tucker come. Is that his name? The district
Yes.
attorney?
Yes.
He came, had a big presentation at the selectmen's meeting after Ducky got assaulted by a
Right.
bunch of kids. And even he said, well, the law is, needs to be tweaked. Oh, those are his exact words, needs to be tweaked. In other words, the law is not good and we should change it, but it's too hard, he said. It's too hard because it was mixed into an omnibus bill. So it's so hard.
It was
Oh,
hidden.
could you, if I went to my boss and said, I really want to do this, but it's just too hard, so we're not going to do it.
Your boss not to accept that. If
This
it's
is
a
what
state job, no
happens
problem.
when Beacon Hill is out of control. That's all I'm going to say. And they force it down to the towns and everything else.
Jim, supposedly you, Tony, and myself are the bosses of what is supposed to be happening. And our legislators are sleeping at the switch. They're more interested in gender modifications and birth control and all that, but they don't take care of the daily activities.
No, they're interested in virtue signaling and not solving problems.
So that's me even more direct. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, it's true,
Y- you're more involved in the state and federal level, where I am and Tony have been concentrating on local. We want to have these things happen in Danvers and not be imposed by our legislators. Our legislators don't really represent us. Everything that's happening in the legislature is for Salem, for Lawrence,
Peabody.
for Haverhill, and Peabody.
Yep.
And the thing is that we in Danvers are left out in the cold. So,
Well, wasn't it funny when they had the budget discussion, right, with Essex Tech? I spoke about this because Essex Tech was saying that the assigned cost for Rockport was $34,000 per student.
Right.
For Danvers, it was $21,000. For Salem and Beverly, or was it Salem and Peabody? They were only $14,000. So it's like, why is there such a disparity? They're bigger cities, they have bigger budgets. Why are they paying less per student? And again, it's because the DESE, the
Department
state
of Education for the
Department
state of Massachusetts.
of Elementary and Secondary Education,
Right.
DESE, comes up with some stupid formula that you just put the numbers in, and all of a sudden, Danvers owes $21,000 and Salem owes $14,000.
Well, all of
And even on a what do you call it? An off the cuff remark during I went to one of the meetings, or I watched it on TV, but when we were changing the town meeting act and the town managers act, they had a meeting. Sally Kearns was there, and they were talking about, should we be a city or a town? It was just a discussion, and Sally Kearns, our state representative, said, what, my job would be easier if we were a city. So what does that tell you?
that tells you that
That tells
we're
you that
getting
the
screwed.
state and apparently they have the
The formulas are set for the larger cities, and
they're
maybe
discriminating
sometimes-
against the towns.
That's
what
right.
it
They're
is.
making
It's
us
the-
pay
That's the
more.
word.
They're making
that's
us
what
pay
happens
more.
when you get old. You lose the word.
But-
the state is discriminating
But
against
you know,
towns.
you know why that is?
I don't.
Because our towns are led by a board of selectmen or select board, and that select board is asleep at the switch. That's part of the problem. And because they don't use their leverage with our legislators and the state legislative body. So, let's move on. I think we've killed this one.
Well, more or less, yeah.
Is it
Well-
on video camera?
It is. It is. The second item that I picked last night, state income tax rate reduction to 4%. It's a Now, you are more involved in that than I am, but there were several articles, and we have been watching the auditor get thrown down in the back room because she can't do anything with the audit that she was planning and this the voters selected. Now, this comes up as another article that's coming onto the national state vote. They want to reduce the taxes from 5% to 4%. That's the rate. And they want to reduce it gradually, similar to what happened in the past. However, the governor comes out and says, the world will fall apart. We will not have enough money to spend. Well, it's about time that the governor sat on her seat and did some leading instead of pleading for tax money. We are tired of paying our taxes. And in Danvers, we have tax to the max.
As far as
That
I'm
is the
concerned, yes.
motto that is being used in
Yes.
this town for years. And the thing is, the Board of Selectmen don't have any courage to change that, because if you look at the Saturday afternoon or Saturday all-day affair reviewing the budget, that was a budget that was submitted by the town manager for consideration by the Board of Selectmen. The Board of Selectmen owned that budget, and they didn't do anything with it.
Oh, yeah. Owen, can we slap up picture number 7? Number 7. Okay, talk about budgets, okay, the state budget, okay? Across the country, no, that's
No.
not the one. It's going to look like a bunch of people going into the cookie jar. The cookie jar.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, so this is what's happening. You know, we all heard about what happened in Minnesota.
Yes,
The
we did.
Somali, you know, they all went to the school, the Leering school, and they stole billions of dollars. Where is the accountability? So these all our legislators in Minnesota are just screaming, "Oh, it's all ice! Don't look at us stealing all the money out of the cookie jar." But you know, there are news reports. This is happening in New York and Massachusetts are the worst.
And California.
In California, it's that's why the people are so upset. Certain people are really upset because all that money that is in the cookie jar goes to their special projects that gets kicked back, and they get all the money. That's why it's fraud. Look at Ilya Ilma, the congresswoman from Minnesota. She got all that money. How did she end up with $30 million when she came in and she had nothing?
Well,
We need to audit and find out what's going on with the money, okay? And yeah, you can look at the budget all day long, and it's it's perfect, but how does all this money end up getting stolen by people in a closet on the corner of the store? The news report clearly stated that the fraud in Boston, they had corner grocery stores that were no bigger than a closet, literally, were doing 10 times more business in EBT cards than full-chain grocery stores because
Okay.
they're just laundering the money through.
let's bring it back to Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Well, that was right there, yeah.
that whole clip. If you can put that back up, Owen. That clip. All you need to do is change the names and the fraud jar. The fraud jar is Medicare, children's accounts, and the biggest fraud artist on there is the governor of Massachusetts, the assistant governor of Massachusetts, and the chairman and the president of the Senate. So
Yeah.
the problem is that we have nobody watching the kitty.
Nothing ever happens. That's the problem.
Well,
no one ever
no-
goes to jail. I mean, that's the reason being. If they put a couple in jail here and there, you'd see the whole thing would change. I'm pretty sure. But that's
Well-
what happens.
Let's move on from the 4% increase, 4% decrease, or the taxes down to 4%. See what happens with that. It took 20 years to get it.
They're going to put it somewhere else. Don't let anybody kid you.
So this is a ballot question. Is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
It's a ballot. So even if the people vote for it and demand it for 70% of the Massachusetts voters and residents want the state and the government to do this, they won't do it, just like they didn't do the audit. And there was several things in the past, I can't remember, because they don't care about the citizens, because they have no...
There's no uprising.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to get reelected no matter what they do. I mean, look, you can kill someone and then still get elected.
Speaking of elections, I went to town hall this afternoon, this morning, and I went through the nomination book.
Okay.
And I noticed that most of the precincts have at least 6 or 7 candidates for town meeting.
Okay.
Now, as you remember, we had a very serious discussion about reducing the number of
Yes, they did.
candidates or members
Yes,
of the
they did.
town meeting, but that didn't happen because everybody wanted to make sure it's open to the general public. Well, there are not many candidates that have volunteered for these positions, because if you have 6 seats open and 4 out of those 6 are incumbents, and all they have to do is sign off that they're going to be candidates, there's maybe a few in each precinct that will move on. The items that I would like to do is that there's only 2 positions or 2 elected positions that are being
Townwide?
contested townwide. And one of them is the school committee.
Okay.
And we have Kevin Barish has withdrawn from the school committee.
Oh, really?
candidates.
Oh,
Yes. He
I didn't
took
know
his
that.
name off
How come?
because he's going to run for a town meeting seat that's a 2-year seat. And I will get to that in a moment.
Okay.
But
He would have been probably good there.
well, the thing is that it's a drop down from a candidate as a select board, and now he's going to run for school committee. I went that route, and it didn't taste very good because it is set up such a way that you have no authority. All you're doing is rubber stamping everything
Exactly.
for the state.
That's what it seems like. I hate to say it, but it seems that way.
So what we have for the school committee is Beth Contos is running.
Okay.
She's a new candidate. And
I've heard of the name.
Josh Adam Kepnes.
Okay.
He's the appointee that was made 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I don't know, he wants to continue voting yes for everything because that's the way they want it. The only other positions that are...
Is there another candidate running for Ed something?
Yes,
school
there's
committee.
Ed Francis Schrage, and he has not turned his papers in.
Oh, okay.
So maybe he needs a little encouragement.
Okay.
But
I heard he was running. I mean, I heard it through Facebook. That's how I saw it and knew that.
Yeah, no, he's running. He was, he's still out getting signatures.
So, in other words, there would have been 4. There would have been 4. How many
There-
signatures do you need for that?
I
50?
think it's 50.
Okay.
50.
Yeah.
That could be a little tricky.
So he's getting them. I'm sure he's got enough, but he said he wanted to
Well,
have a little extra just to be
The deadline is next Tuesday.
sure. Yeah, so
Okay.
he's got plenty of time.
So there's plenty of time.
Yep.
And this picture is
Oh, wait a minute.
moving.
What? And he gave me his business card. He's got a little business card already he's passing out. Asking for your vote. Please support candidate for school committee, bridging bringing transparency to Danvers. That's Ed Siraj. That's right. He's got a business card he's passing out.
What's the business card based on? Is it on vehicles? Is he selling Corvettes or?
I guess he's going to give the kids a car. I don't know, or maybe he's promoting car safety.
There you
car,
go.
car training.
Well,
I
we
don't
need-
know why he did that.
We need someone to shake that board up. I don't know. It's tough though. I mean,
No,
that
you know,
board. I've seen a lot of people get on that board with full. If you think they're gonna change everything to get there, same thing as usual. So
Well,
it's
well
not
you know
good.
what? It still bothers me that there's 3,000 students, or whatever we got, 3,000?
3,000. That's a
And-
good
and
number.
It's the parents that need to get out and vote to, for these school committee people. They're the ones that are driving the bus here, literally. So if they don't like, or they want change, if you want change, mothers and fathers of school children, you need to get to the polls and vote for something different, for someone new, not the same old people. Otherwise, there will never be any change.
Well-
you need someone that's different, who doesn't follow the crowd.
You know what? It's,
We need someone that'll give you some transparency of what's really happening.
The issue, as you mentioned just now, is that give Eric Crane all of the due respect and everything
Yeah,
else
you have
that
to.
he's
He's been there for a
dedicated
long
his
time.
life
Yes,
to
he has.
this. But 24 years in a position of school committee, that is ridiculous. That's 2 generations ago.
We used to be in the top 10% of the best schools in Massachusetts. We were in the 10%. We are now like 69%.
well, like Peabody, if I'm not mistaken. I think with
Yes,
that's it.
yeah.
Honestly, I mean, it's. hate
But
to say it.
okay, let's continue.
You know what
Beca-
upsets me, though? I'll tell you what upsets me. What upsets me, they gave Essex Tech such a hard time with
Yes.
their budget and everything else. What happened to Davis? Davis walked through like nothing. Didn't even ask a question.
Because I don't think our elected officials on the select board and the school committee understand what is the total cost of education in this town. I went and screamed out loud at their meeting that they are only considering a small part of the, or big part of the budget because it's controlled by the school committee. This year, it's $56 million
Keeps going
that's
up.
controlled for salaries, supplies, and some books. The other pieces that are contributed to the education of our children, building maintenance, funding for the building renovations and everything else, $21 million. And then there's Essex Tech. Who do you think is going to pay for their education? This comes out of our Chapter 70, and in this year's case is going to be over $5 million for 260 some students. Now this uproar that they had about the too many students coming to the education at Essex Tech is all fluff. They're getting a better education, and the thing is that our education department, our schools, are not funding that portion because they should be reducing their budget and compensating for the difference with the Essex Tech. But that's an issue that's been building for years.
So you should pick that $5 million and put it onto the Danvers school budget. basically.
Absolutely.
That's the problem.
So if you look at the total education budget, which does not include all the private schools which our residents pay for through the nose, they're $85 million, which is more than half of our total town budget. And the thing is, we in the past have always said we should not be spending any more than it should be less than half of the budget.
We don't want to penalize the kids. We just want somehow we have
Efficiency.
to. Exactly. That's basically what I'm
Okay.
trying to say.
That's the school committee candidates. Now, the only other one that we have is library trustees. There are 3 open seats
Okay.
for 3 years. Oh, this phone is going to drive me crazy.
Need a bigger screen.
Oh, Amanda Gavino?
Is this-
Marie Gavino.
Okay.
Charles Desmond.
Oh, Charles.
Now,
Charles
he's
is no
been
problem.
on there for
Charles
how
is the
many
best,
years?
though. I love Charles.
But they need new blood on some of these committees. Catherine Carbone.
Is that a new person?
No, that's a.
Yeah, she's.
Oh, no, she's new. That's right.
Yeah, she's a
Charles Desmond is a.
So how many seats are
incumbent.
up?
He's an
There-
incumbent.
Yeah.
There are 3 seats.
Can you tell by looking at it? She's the incumbent. Is that other woman, Maria? Was she an incumbent or new?
She is new.
Okay.
So it's new. Desmond, Carbone is new, and Corey Ryan is another one that's new,
New
Okay.
and Ellen Gardner.
Graham.
Ellen Graham running for library trustee.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Well, I watched the last library trustee meeting,
Oh God.
and was
that
it
was
interesting?
Very interesting. I think we have a lot of problems in this town. I hate to say it.
No, we don't have problems in this town. We have problems on these committees because there was a catfight going on
Oh yeah.
all the way through the whole.
Yes.
I mean, come on, people. Let's get serious. So that is
It was almost getting
the
X-rated.
that is the wrap up for the elections and nomination papers. And I will disclose on television, I'm going to run for town meeting. And I'm going to get my nomination papers of 10 signatures. And I can get that in my own house. Can have the neighbors come over and sign it. But that's where we are, and we hope that everybody turns out, or more people turn out, because all it takes is 10 signatures.
Yeah. No. That's. Yeah.
And the thing is, we have to have the interest. The only thing that I would say is the town meeting is, I will be back. But that's
Another thing we have to do is get the clickers. We have to get the clickers. They can't stall this anymore.
well. There you go. What is the status of the clickers?
We don't know. They said that we're supposed to get it, but they're hoping that we all forget and go away.
Well,
That's-
no, I thought it was going to be a Warren article. I think it's going to be a Warren article, but we'll see.
I think we'll be
that's
dead
what's
by the time they get it.
Well,
We'll
the
have to
problem
vote for
is that the clickers were moved into a town manager committee that's going to investigate this. And when it gets into that committee, it's dead.
That's where good ideas go to die.
Is that what they
Yes.
call the revolving file?
Revolving file, yes. Okay, now, you know that we're not going to get through much of this agenda.
I don't even know where we are for time. They started the clock like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I don't know.
No, he had it
Did
right.
he adjust it?
Yeah,
He
he
might adjust
adjusted it.
We're under
So we
control.
got 23 minutes left?
We got 23 minutes left.
Okay.
He's-
Okay. We're-
So the only thing that I want to bring up on this special topics is there's an attempt, and I have been complaining about the open meeting law violations. The violations don't start at the meeting. They start on the agendas, and then they go into the meeting. Then they're violating the intent of the agenda in discussions, and then they vote on things that are not on the agenda to be voted on. And I am submitting a open meeting law violation, and I have 30 days to do it, and it's going in probably early next week.
I think this Saturday they're having some kind of a big meeting on open meeting laws.
They
all
should
that
have
stuff.
had that a year ago.
Yeah, they should. I think it's this week.
Yeah, at the selectmen's meeting
Yeah, I believe-
Tuesday
yeah,
night,
they were talking
said
about
that
it,
they were going
yes.
to have a meeting. I don't know who's running it. Is it the town?
It-
No,
it's
they have
the
someone.
Attorney
They have
town
someone.
General.
council
It-
or
They have
someone
some-
from the MMA?
Yeah,
Mixed martial arts. I mean, the Massachusetts Municipal Association.
someone's coming in to run it. Tell them what's going on. I don't know.
Look, I went.
Maybe they should have someone from the Middleton jail come run it.
There you go.
I went through those meetings. The Attorney General, really, his designee in the office comes out and gives a training session. The thing is, we have been complaining to the select board about this public comment.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Get your clock out.
My God.
Free
I mean,
speech for 3 minutes.
what do they have? Dates after the meeting or what?
I don't know.
I
Tell me. I don't know where they got that from. I think Henry brought that in. Aaron Henry. I'm pretty sure he's the one because he brought it to the airport too.
the
Remember?
They
It's all
started
over the
that.
country. It's all over the
Yeah,
country.
I
They
know.
started the virtue signaling people can't be told and corrected, so you only got 3 minutes to.
And if you're good at it, they're gonna cut you down to 2 minutes.
Exactly, exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I am going to be submitting this violation because I attended the planning board meeting, and on the agenda there were 6 items, and 3 out of the 6 were in violation of what they were supposed to be doing.
Well, they try to put things in to get caught up because they do that all the time. They throw things into a meeting because they have to do it before a certain amount of time to get stuff done.
Well, the
That's why
one
they
that
always do it.
triggered my
They
got
wouldn't let you
triggered?
speak.
You got triggered?
my
They
interest.
wouldn't let him speak at the end.
My trigger was the Elm
actually said it. He
and
wasn't
Essex Street
Yeah, yeah.
development,
Yep.
where they withdrew
Yep.
their application. However, the
They don't want to
attorney-
pay for. They don't want to pay.
Well, the thing is that the attorney was up front. She was up front, but it should not even have been discussed because there is no policy.
You
in
mean the
place.
person that runs the meetings?
Yeah. So the thing is, there are. This is not. This is only one example.
I know.
If we look at the Board of Selectmen and the school committee is more organized, but they're related to the kids and how they present. It's not a business meeting. It's a glad I am here meeting.
Okay, but I want to talk about this for a minute because the residents suffer because no one really pays attention or even cares about local government until, they're going to build 24, a 4-story building in my backyard.
Yep.
They were going to do that on Pine Street, so they came to the Danvers Republican Town Committee meeting and we talked about how to get this, and then the people, the regular citizens, they're all upset. What's going on? They go to the meetings, they try to talk, they go, well, we don't want to hear anything. We've already heard that. Next,
Yep.
and it's so
that
the
was-
citizens, don't really get to say their piece sometimes because they don't understand the process. No
Well-
one understands the process until it's too late. And then by the time you figure it out, the project's already been approved and rubber stamped and it's done.
Well, that's what happens. A lot of times they don't. Before you used to have the Salem News or whatever, you could look in there with things there. There's no more Salem News. There's only 3 days a week now, right? If I'm not mistaken, you go online every day and get it if you get it online.
Well, yeah, but
other
nobody
than
even
that-
buys it.
I know
anymore.
that. That's another
the other
problem.
thing. The
So the-
circulation is down. That's a big problem of communication to we the people. You're right. We used to have everybody used to get the newspaper. Everybody was working on the same stuff. Now people are on Facebook. They got getting information from all corners of the globe, and there are people probably in Alaska that know more about what's going on in Danvers than we do.
It's true. And then on top of it, too, you got to realize when you look at it if it's true or not. That's another problem.
Well, exactly.
All right. All right. So time out.
Yeah, we're not going
guys.
anywhere.
We have to regroup. And maybe we need some public comment. So you already had your public comment. But the problem is that this open meeting law violations is a infraction on our rights to present our concerns to the elected bodies that we have selected. And the thing is, they don't want to listen to us.
No.
And the thing is, where are the meetings where you reach out to the public and ask, what would you like to be done? All they are concerned about is the business meeting, the business to allow the permits and things like that. Where is the concern about the residents and what they feel about it? All they do is concentrate on a very small segment of our society, and the rest of us are left in the dust.
And they
So-
change so much and confuse the heck out of us. You see now that new thing that they got is like 400 pages. Who the hell's gonna look at 400 pages?
Well, that was one of the items on the planning
That's
board
what I'm
too.
saying. 400 pages. Who's gonna look at 400 pages?
And the question I asked at that planning board meeting is, are we permitting every single house in Danvers to be converted into a two-family?
it looks like it.
That we're becoming Peabody and Beverly.
Seems
and,
that way.
Yeah.
Well, you know, see, again, this is because the states and the feds are creating all these global laws, which is part of, Agenda 2030, which is the UN globalization of the world, but we won't get into that. But they want everyone in the same, they want density. They want everybody in the same area. But in the old days, like, I was born and raised in Danvers, and I still live in Danvers, but I almost moved to Newburyport because I had to pay $30,000 for the house in Danvers, as opposed to I could have bought one in Newburyport for 15 or 17. But so
You made the wrong choice.
exactly. If I bought the one in Newburyport, it'd be worth $2.5 million now instead of,
How's the taxes up there,
but
though?
what I'm saying is, they say, well, there's a housing shortage. There's a housing shortage. No, there's not a housing shortage. There's a we got to move out. We're already overbuilt. Our density is at max capacity for our infrastructure. We have to move out now. There's other Newburyports out west. You got to
But-
move out west, past 495. That's where the people
Jim,
need to find
Our,
spaces
our zoning
until people
and
like us.
our
croak off.
zoning. Will you hold on? Our zoning and our densities have been scrapped by the legislature because they are permitting all of these MBTA laws, the ADUs, and now everything is becoming a two-family house. And the thing is, this is not what we moved in this town for.
No.
So, but
But let's talk about the salaries of all the people that are making these great decisions.
well, hang on.
They can afford to live here.
We're running out of time, and I just want to do a little bit of advertising here.
Okay.
I have been participating in some of the historic events that are happening. We're in the 250th anniversary of the
Yes.
Declaration of Independence, and the Constitution is going to follow.
It's going to be a
And-
good year.
And it is. And the thing
And
is,
we're not going to see another 50 years for sure.
some of these
I don't think.
some of these activities have been identified back a year and a half ago, but we have been sitting and patting ourselves on the back, but we don't do anything about it. We don't recognize it. I have Richard Trask and the Historic Society has developed a list of activities that have happened already and will happen in the future, and we should be looking out for those. So today I have a hat for each one of you, and this is
Thank you, Mark.
this is more for a recognition of the 250th anniversary. We have the Eagle, Statue of Liberty, the Liberty Bell, and then we have the American flag on one side, and I have a place for something else on
Maybe I
mine.
had to put the Danvers. Maybe I should get Danvers on here.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, then if you get Danvers on here, maybe Danvers can make some money off the hats.
Maybe if they want to.
Maybe they can drop our taxes.
But I thought this would be a good way to recognize you as participating into my little world of Danvers. However, today I also went to see my friends at Domino's Pizza.
And they're open.
And they finally opened, and it is quite a transformation
Yes.
inside.
You see how the ceiling's really high on that thing?
Yeah, but
Wow.
and they're all same management,
Okay.
same lady. I don't remember.
How long
her
is
name.
they were closed for over 2 years? 2 years?
A year and a half.
A year and
Yeah.
a half. Okay.
Yep.
I knew it was a while.
And the thing is
Sad.
that next show, which will be scheduled for April 9th,
okay.
I'm going to ask her to get a couple of 3 pizzas for us,
Okay.
and we'll have a little celebration on April 9th,
Okay.
which is, I think there's something else going on in April. Oh, the dedication of the mural at the City Hall. City Hall. Same
Yeah, well,
thing.
you might as well call it City Hall. We're getting there.
It is a City Hall.
Exactly.
And that is a celebration of the efforts of the Historic Society.
It's on that. It's on that day. So Thursday.
On the April
Okay.
9th, yes.
Okay.
And Bill Kosowan, Richard Trask was involved in that. The town DPW was very much involved in getting that set up.
Right. I
Can
did
we
hear
bring
that.
our muskets?
No, you can't.
As long as you don't have any bullets,
Yeah. No powder either.
no lead. All right, so we have the final segment, which you and I have talked about. And what I like to do is maybe you can start, because we have been part of this DCAT organization since 30 years ago.
Yeah. At least.
Not Dan, but John Toomey. Pat Toomey was involved at that time, and John Zavaglia,
Yep.
myself, and you have been tagging along.
I've been watching
lately,
for a
and
long
I
time.
appreciate that very much. But what I think what we need to do is we need to recognize the fact that we are a minority of the programming on this station and this cable programming, because this cable system is paid for by the fees and taxes of the Verizon and Comcast
Yes.
to our services that we provide. The intent of this programming was to give local residents an opportunity to come on the show and present whatever they wanted to. They can produce their own programming. And what I see right now is there's maybe 4. You give the
Yeah,
breakdown.
I should have looked at it a little closer there. But yeah, there's only you have topics of the town. I have Jim's Table topics, and I have a Republic only, 2 different shows.
Why don't you
Well,
show?
yeah, let's put up the DCAT schedule. Picture number 2. Picture number 2. Let's go to picture number 2.
Try to find it.
Okay, so there you go. So this is like this was for Monday, March 2nd, 2026. I just went down there and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to 23 shows that are like non-Danvers resident shows. The
23 out of 25.
out of 25. The only 2 there, again, Mark's show's on at 7:30. He's number A, topics of the town, and then Jim's at 10:30. So again, not only is the ratio of outside programming and inside programming way off, we're not even getting really good show times. You know what I mean? If you look at Democracy Now!, it's on at 9:30 at night, and it's also on at 8 a.m. You can see a little dupe. I wrote dupe there, duplicate. The same, they're different shows, but So, I mean,
Where'd you find that?
Well, this is on the menu.
if you go to the DCAT,
Okay.
DanversTV.org website, you just go to schedule, and you can see all this. It's all there. You can,
You used to be able to
comes
easily
up
find
every
it.
day.
Lately, I
So
can't
you
find
find it. So all I'm saying is, you know, we need to have more local programming, and we need to probably have, you know, in fact, if you can hear my voice and you're a Danvers resident, you can, if you know a show that's playing someplace else, you can come down to Danvers Cable and fill out a producer form and say, I want this show to play in Danvers, okay? Because apparently that's where all these shows are coming from, okay? I mean, we can't find out who produced these shows.
Because the information is withheld from the public. And I have been complaining about the access and the number of presentations. We have had ours, you know, there's usually 5 in a week. However, the timing has not been very conducive for people listening to the show. Even the live versions that we are doing today has been scheduled over and over into different time slots because we were interfering with the programming that's happening on Channel 36 on Verizon and I don't know, it's Channel 6?
Channel 6 on
on
Comcast.
Comcast. So the thing is, what purpose does this facility have for the residents of Danvers?
Well,
Well, I mean, other than they do all the government, they do all the
Well,
all-
that's
all
a
the
different
public
issue.
meetings.
That's a
But
different
but-
issue.
But for public access, okay, go ahead.
But what they say definitely though is that what they're trying to tell us is that when they send it on to Comcast or Verizon, they're the ones that make the suggestion of what's going on. Okay, that's what I was told, and that's what I keep hearing. But it doesn't make sense, does it, in a way? Because even if you watch the TV and you go on the guide, it doesn't tell you what's on. There you go. For every other show you can, but for this, forget about it. It's wide open.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, everything is changing. I mean, this eventually cable is going to just disappear.
Well, it's because
a
it's
dinosaur.
too expensive.
It's like the
That's why
newspapers.
everybody's looking
Well,
for something
yeah.
different.
Everything is going to be streamed. You're going to be live streaming. You're going to buy those streaming services, which are cheaper now. 15. Some of them are. You know, you can get it for $7 a month with commercials, 15 without commercials.
Well, that's what
depending
they're
on
trying to
you
do now.
And eventually it'll just feature creep back up, and you'll be paying
$2.99 here,
$170
$3.99 there.
like
That's
you are
another
right now.
revenue source.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
It's basically
So,
that's it.
where are the fill-in programs coming from?
I don't know.
And if you noticed, 23 out of 25 on that particular day are outside of our
That's on Channel 6, I'm pretty sure,
Right.
right?
Yeah, it's Channel
Now on Verizon, what channel is that on Verizon?
36.
36, 37, or whatever.
36, 37 is supposed to be education, and 41 is government.
Lately, it's all messed up. You don't know what you're going to find.
Well,
where.
that's-
that's another
Well,
problem.
if you go to danverstv.org and write it down, I mean, they tell you on Comcast are these channels, and on Verizon it's these channels. It's very simple once you finally.
No, I know.
look-
I know this decision, but I'm telling you.
The
Well,
questions that have been raised to me, and I don't know if it's you guys, is who authorizes the inclusion of some of this programming? The thing is this being run by Danvers, or is it being run by the state again, similar to the school
Well,
department?
I mean, a lot of this
or is
stuff
it money
what we-
involved?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of this stuff is
That's the
syndicated. They're not like schmucks like us, you know, local
Well, we
yokels
have-
just doing cable access so that we can tell our fellow
We-
residents at Danvers, hi, yeah, we're here, but not for long.
We have a board of directors that runs this organization, and they spend about $500,000 a year on the facilities. Who's benefiting from it?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to get. These syndicated shows, I mean, are they making money doing that? Are they getting, I don't
they
know.
claim not.
They claim not. Okay,
Because-
we don't know. We can only, yeah. Okay.
Well, there's also the cable advisory.
I know Mark's not
committee.
making any money.
I'm not. I'm just buying hats. So, Look at that. That looks good.
And
We're down to 2 minutes and 51 seconds.
That's
so,
all right.
So you drive the bus, Mark,
I
right
have.
over the cliff.
I have-
Thelma, Louise, and Abby.
I've just got through.
the good
item-
weather's coming, so you can go cruising.
I just went through item number 1. But one of the things that I like to point out is future of DCAT and the citizens' cable customers. Where are we going? We don't seem to have adequate staff. And where is the staff getting paid from? It's not by the town, but it's being paid through our taxes that we pay to the cable company. And you can take a list of all of the little pennies here, $2 there, and that all adds up. So, the other one last thing that I like to point out, and this is a result of the budget review that happened. I don't know what you guys heard, but I didn't hear very much details on the number of staff, how it is organized. That has not happened yet. The only thing that I was able to get from the information from Town Hall is the assistant town manager has been deleted from the staffing plan. It's not funded. And also, my favorite subject, DEI, is not funded as well. So maybe the town manager is doing something, but I think we need to invite her onto the show and start asking her some questions. So, any conclusions?
I know, man.
Jim?
Looking at this pizza box, I'm getting hungry.
I am too, and I'm looking forward for April 9th. We'll get some pizzas.
All right, sounds good.
Tony, any conclusions?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know. We're trying to save our town, honestly. You know what I mean? That's the problem. I mean, really.
I think,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
There you
boys, grab your muskets.
No bullets and no powder.
go. No powder, right? They won't let any of that stuff inside.
Exactly.
No
How about if you can do it
no
outside, though?
pyrotechnics inside.
Oh,
We've learned
well,
our
Oh, you
lesson.
probably can't do it on the property. You got to go on the sidewalk.
They
maybe.
need some pyrotechnics in the select room.
Oh, with no question in my
Select board
mind.
room.
Yeah.
That's what they need.
Okay.
So, thank you very much, Danvers, for watching and putting up with us.
Yes. We had
And-
fun. That's all that counts.
We want to hear from you if you have any comments. Thank you very much, Danvers.